Good morning, Botai. Something that's very important and sometimes people don't pay enough attention to it is the idea of names in Judaism. The Torah tells us already in Parashat Bereshit, "V'chol asher yikra lo ha'adam nefesh chaya hu shemo," which means that Akadosh Baruch Hu put into the Bria. Rabbeinu Ari and Rabbeinu Chaim Vital speak about this extensively, how a person draws his life force from the letters of his name. So a name is a very, very important thing. Although Maran Zichron Livracha in general was very, very mishu'abad to Torah Nigle, to the revealed portion of the Torah, when it came to names, he was very, very makpid about the mystical and esoteric elements of a person's name, not to play games with that. There are certain times where a person has to change a name. For instance, let's say those who are concerned with the Tzava'av Rabbi Yehuda Hasid, and a person doesn't want to, a person has the same name as his father-in-law, and therefore he adds a name. Maran Zichron Livracha says, you don't change your name over there, you add a name. I had a friend like that who got engaged to a girl with this, whose father had the same name as his own. He went to Maran Zichron Livracha, and he told him, okay, both of their names were Rafael. He says, okay, add Baruch. Told him, or Chaim, I don't remember what it was. Add Chaim, and he says, okay, Beseder, fine. So that's that. Now, there are different situations where a person would add a name, but many people make a mistake about this. Chazal tell us that when somebody's sick, changing a name can be beneficial to the chole so that the harsh decree against him is torn up. But we're not sure. First of all, if it's not a bad name, you don't change it. You just add to it. And even when you add to it, the Mekubalim say we don't know if the second name is going to be good or bad for him. And therefore what we do is, instead of, sometimes people mistakenly, all the poskim, all the Mekubalim say, when a person's sick, you add the name to the beginning of the name. Which means, if let's say the guy's name, the patient's name is Yosef. So people say, oh, wow, Yosef Chaim, wrong. That's not true. What do? You want to add Chaim? You should make Chaim Yosef. That's Litman de Palig among all of the poskim and the Mekubalim. Now, there are certain situations where Maran Zichron Livracha says that objectively, when the name is bad, when the name is the name of a Rasha, for instance, Omri, Matan, Nimrod, all sorts of weird Israeli names, all of those names are Shemot Shel Rishayim, and it's asur to be called by them, and therefore Maran Zichron Livracha would say you have to change the name, completely eradicate it, and take a normal name instead. Now, there are certain names which Maran Zichron Livracha speaks about, as well as it's Tshuvan Igrot Moshe. Even if it's not the name of a Rasha, you're not allowed to name your child a name that's going to cause him shame or difficulty later in life. For instance, there was one time I was at a Brit by Maran Zichron Livracha, and the guy said, V'yikareh shemo b'Yisrael, and the guy says, Chafetz Chaim. And Maran Zichron Livracha looks at him, he says, the Shem Shel Sefer. You know what I'm saying? Call him Chaim, call him Yisrael Meir, whatever. But Chafetz Chaim is a Sefer, not a name. Oh, okay. So whatever. Sometimes people don't chap. You don't want the kid to be mocked later in life as a result of such a name. So that's something you also have to be careful about. Names are not a joke. Sometimes people, I know people like this. They go to certain people and say, I'm going through some sort of difficulty. And he has a beautiful name. Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, whatever it is. No. Your name has to be changed because you're going through. What are you talking about? What do you? That's not how Am Yisrael works. Yeah, now we have to add a name because you're going through difficulty. That's not every time a person goes through difficulty, add a name. Shem Yishmor, by the end of his life, he'll be, his name will be Megillat Esther. It doesn't work like that. All of the Avot HaKadoshim, all of anybody who was anybody in the Torah Kedosha went through difficulty. Can you imagine Yaakov Avinu Parashat Vayetze, Vayishlach, Vayeshev, Miketz, Vayigash? Every time Yaakov Avinu went through a difficulty, let's change my name. No, only when he was victorious against the Malach, he got a new name, Yisrael, Gamken. But it doesn't work like that. People look for the quick fix. Change my name here, add a name there. It has to be done by Gdolei Hador Mamash. Not everybody is authorized, not everybody has license to touch names. Take it easy. It has to be done mamash al yedei Gdolei Hador under very specific circumstances, and it's not a game because it can do more harm than good in the long run. Have a wonderful day.